I recently shared with you my top 5 undervalued crypto altcoins. I hope you caught those videos. I love each and every one of those projects. I think they have an incredible chance for massive gains with what is coming. So today, let's talk about what is coming, and let's talk about the bigger picture. Now, when I ask people individually why they're here in crypto, the most common and probably the most honest answer is they hope for massive financial gains. That's absolutely why I came into crypto, massive financial gains. But what I found is there were many other lessons learned along the way that I didn't expect. We'll talk about that too. But first, let's talk about what is coming for crypto. Then we'll talk about some of those other lessons and keeping some of that wealth. Now, what is coming for crypto is bigger than probably every one of you imagines. And some of you have some big imaginations. Though keep in mind, what is coming is gigantic. The specifics on how it will play out is going to be different than what you're predicting will happen. It's like a massive tidal wave is coming in, but how that tidal wave is going to break and where it's going to break so that you can surf it to perfect financial freedom, that's the harder part to predict, although it's going to be a wild ride for those that have been preparing this past 1.5 to 2 years. Bigger picture, the U.S. Federal Reserve is now going to start loosening its monetary policy, and that is going to fuel massive amounts of money and liquidity into risk-on assets. Crypto is squarely in front of this tidal wave of asset reallocation for 2 major reasons. First of all, the timing is there we go. A little bit of internet interruptions. That's still happening frequently since a week and a half ago. Bitcoin is due for another massive climb, and green candles then attract even more inflows. So even if we didn't have the Fed policy going this way, we were going to have this happen just because of the 4-year cycle anyway. But with what's happening with the Fed loosening their monetary system and going to put money into the system, well, crypto in many ways is a hard asset. It is like real estate that it can hold its value against US dollars inflation and will tend to rise as money gets fueled into these risk-on assets because it is also a risky asset. But it also has those qualities as a hard asset, which makes it a very attractive place for that risk-on money to go. Now, as Bitcoin breaks 100K in value, that psychological barrier in a lot of people's minds will get everyone in the world's attention, and you will see people freeing up capital from other things to roll into Bitcoin and then into crypto in general, as people always chase where they feel the action is already happening. Now, the real smart money has been loading up prior to this because they understand that the masses will chase in once the psychological barrier of 100K is broken, and they've been loading the boats for 2 years now. But make no mistake, though the smart money already loaded up, those who are not into crypto will not wake up till its value and how big this is until Bitcoin breaks that $100,000 barrier. And then they will take a really deep look at it and realize it for what it always was and how strong it really is. And then they will chase into it like crazy. This will cause much bigger pumps, which will cause people around the world to FOMO into crypto. Now, this is what I refer to as the rains coming in, and the rains are coming. You may ask, but Rain, how do you know the rains are coming? I'm going to give you 2 answers to this. First possible answer is I'm a magic time traveler from the future, and I've come back to warn you. The second answer is every 4 years since the creation of crypto, the year after the Bitcoin halving, there was a massive explosion in the Bitcoin price. That explosion brought massive attention to the crypto space. And that massive attention to the crypto space brought massive, massive gains, which then later pulled back. So looking at the bigger picture, Bitcoin has already run up from 14,000 to 75,000. And then it took a needed pullback, but it's now gearing up for the bigger push. And it will break 100,000. And when it does, that will lead to a cascade of attention and then money flowing massively into crypto. This is where it's all going. Now we are live. Let me jump into some of the comments. Dino jumping in. Appreciate that. Thanks for the videos. I like your viewpoint on things. Thanks, Dino. Justin in here. Looking forward to the rains. I love it. Good evening from Lakeland, Florida. Kevin, good to have you with us. Justin B. I like your dedication to crypto, but Omi, Cosmo, you're going to find out on Omi. Omi's going to do great. Matic about to have a stay a month. You're right. The Matic charts look very bullish. I think Matic is going to do well. Top 3 gaming picks for you. Thanks for being here. Have a great show. You know, if you check out my recent top 5 videos, at least 2 of those were gaming projects. And so that'll give you a good idea. Jay, where's the shades? My favorite YouTuber. I'm selling my Omi for Chuck. LOL. Chuck to $1. Yeah. Abe is joking about that. Funny joke, though. Give us the good info, Rain. Yeah. So what's funny is in life, I was thinking a lot about like life, right? So many of you don't realize it. If you've been doing the right things for the last 2 years, how good this coming year is going to be, as long as you don't like capitulate now and sell your amazing projects to chase into riskier ones. You're probably set up pretty well. If you've been following my channel for a while and you've been learning to think like a savage, probably set up quite well to do really well when the rains come in. And I'm excited for you if that's the case. I say if that's the case because some people watch my channel and they haven't rewired their thinking at all. What I'm sharing with you, I didn't create any of this. This was me just absorbing how smart investors thought because I wanted to have the results that they had. And then just sharing with you what I've learned about how they behaved. And it's had amazing impacts on my crypto investment. 2021, I was able to quit my day job and retire and quote unquote, do crypto full time. I reinvested my gains in the bear market and am set up for this bull run. So if this bull run does what I know it's going to do, it's going to be absolutely crazy. I will never have to work again in my life. And not just that, be able to have some of those luxuries that everyone says they want, but few are willing to put in the time, effort, and dedication to make it happen in their own lives. But that's probably why you're here, is because you're like, look, I want to accomplish that in my life. And there's a couple things that get in the way. One is we want success, but we're not willing to do what it takes. And what does it take? Well, first of all, for success in crypto, it takes a couple things. It takes understanding of what a smart investment looks and feels like. So that's the first step. What does a smart investment look and feel like? It usually is massively undervalued. It's usually being fudded on. The way that you learn to identify a smart investment, because it won't be by asking general people in the crypto space if it's a smart investment. If everyone in the crypto space is telling you something's a smart investment, you're late in the game and the gains on that one have already been had. You'll be identifying smart investments by research on something that is usually massively being fudded on, but has a strong chance of survival, because in order to do well on investment, you have to be buying it cheap. Now, relatively, everything in the crypto space right now is cheap because we haven't had new people with new money coming in. And that's what happens when the rains come in, is new people with new money. So you'll see almost every boat rise as the tide comes in. Cool. Really good picks will rise 50x, 100x, 300x, 500x. And these are the things that start to set you up for life. You get a few 500x's in your life, and if you've been smart with your money, your life is changed financially. Now, how viable is that? Well, there's few that do that. And if you're smart, you're diversifying across a number of projects for 2 reasons. Number one, you don't know which ones are going to do the 500x. You make your best guesses, but just like when you have a strong hand in poker, you don't always win, even when you have a strong hand, because sometimes it just doesn't go your way. It's that way with early stage business investment. And make no mistake, in the crypto space, that is all we are doing is early stage business investment. Now, I stay away from meme coins entirely because they're not businesses. You're just trading and trying to ride sentiment. Your risk is way, way higher there. Your predictability is way, way lower. So I stay away from that side. I look at actual businesses in the blockchain space that have legitimate businesses that have a token associated with them, because in that realm, I'm going to be able to have the highest predictability. Now, when I say the highest predictability, you don't know if something crazy is going to happen in a business that looks really strong, just all of a sudden completely fails. That kind of stuff happens. So there's no 100% predictability. You're just looking for ones that have high predictability, and then you're diversifying across a number of them. Catch up on a few more things. Love it. Dutch homie says, open the floodgates, let it rain. Best place on YouTube to be. How's it going, Jay? Money May. So glad to have you here. Don't need the shades when it's about to rain. I love it. Love me some Omi red candles. Thanks for the rewiring rain. I'm glad you get the bigger picture. Jay, I don't care what you say. Gary is my best friend. I love you, Abe. Yeah, cool. I feel like time is running out, trying to pack my bags even more while we still can. You're exactly right on that, Justin. This bear market, we're not even in the bear market anymore. We're just in the early bull market, which still feels like the early bull market is also characterized as the disbelief phase, that people don't believe we're in the bull market yet. We are. Bitcoin is massively up. The altcoin rally usually comes later. We had some money go into meme coins as just... there's no substance there. There's very low risk of them being deemed securities by the SEC, so it was easy to get them listed on exchanges. But there's a total lack of substance there, so I don't play in that. Meme coins have run up and actually dispirited a lot of people because they had their money in projects with fundamental value, and sometimes you get frustrated as a human being when you see things with no fundamental value absolutely go crazy. And then sometimes you capitulate and roll into those things. You'll find out that usually goes against you and not for you. Especially as you chase green candles. You sell what's been in red candles for a long time to chase into green candles. Generally works out poorly for you. It works out even poorer for you when you chase into meme coins that way. Hello from Maryland, Rain. Picking up more DEFX or Definity this week. Thank you. I did want to give a shout out to our strategic partners, WanChain and Definity, both. Yes, we had Chris from Definity on. If you haven't watched that interview, there's big things happening with Definity. Definity, most people do not know about the project yet. What they're doing is really, really big and getting massive traction. Now, they're delving into a space that you might not know very well, essentially allowing institutions a way to use their massive resources to trade crypto easily in a way they're already familiar with, that regulators already like. Now, unless you've done tens of millions, hundreds of millions of dollars in trading on foreign exchange, as an institution, you might not know very much about this area that they're delving into. I didn't, but I can understand that, oh my gosh, this is huge. Their revenues as a company is huge. What they're doing is really big. They've already been in beta, and their beta test had way, way, way more trading volume than they ever could have imagined. And so even their revenues as a company have been tremendous as a company in their early stages. So big things happening at Definity. All right. Saw that some NFTs are pumping, CryptoPunks, etc. Can't wait for Omi to NFT to be released for all users. Get some new folks who spend ETH into VV. Yeah, it's hard to predict when digital collectibles will run, right? So Omi is one of the leading companies in the digital collectibles space. And I don't know when it's going to run, just that likely that narrative absolutely will run at some point. So I picked up some of their digital collectibles. I picked up a ton of their token. And I just bought even more of their token because I feel like their token is even more undervalued right now than their collectibles. What's up, Jason? Good to have you here. How would you pitch Vivi to a new person? Taking pictures in augmented reality is not enough, in my experience, for people to spend a lot of money in the app. I'm not going to pitch Vivi to new people at all. I'm going to let actually everyone else do that. And so what they will do is they will actually just share with them and show them. Now, once attention's on the crypto space, people already be thinking crypto. And then people showing people their augmented reality collectibles on their phone and taking pictures with them. And people be like, oh, that this is crypto. Oh, you own that. That is going to bring massive numbers of people into Vivi collectibles when crypto is already running. When crypto is not running, it won't do that. When crypto is running massively and people's minds on crypto, and then they show them that, that's when it gets massive adoption. Can we get a wand chain update? I am going to be reaching out to the team, see if I can get somebody from the team to join us to give us a good update. Their bridge is working very well, and I use wand chain's bridge all the time. It's been a few months since we had an interview with their team, and let's definitely get an update. All right. G Money says, OMI will be the most hated rally of the cycle. Yep. Cope will be off the charts. You're so right on that, G Money. What's funny is, so what I've found in investment cycles is not unique to crypto. The greater the pendulum swings one way, the farther it swings back the other way. Now, OMI was one of the biggest gainers. It was in the top 4 gainers, I think, in the last bull market. What does that tell you? It's followed by. The pendulum swung really far one way. Fair to say that the pendulum swings really far back the other way. And it's been swinging back for a very long time, which, because of this idea called recency bias, where what has been happening feels like it will continue to happen, has washed out and turned sour a whole lot of people. And they bought into this idea that OMI is dead, that OMI will never recover, that it only goes down. And they couldn't be more wrong. Cool. They don't want to listen to me. That's fine. Okay, I have a track record of success. Cool. I've also had some failures, but overall, crypto, I made millions in the last bull run by investing tens of thousands during the previous bear market. Cool. Does that mean I'm perfect? No. I am good at this stuff. OMI is the only project that I would go all in on. If I were forced to pick only one I could go all in on, it would be OMI. Now, I would never do that because I believe in diversification for a couple of reasons. What if something else that I'm in runs up massively and OMI's still cheap? Well, I could pull out 40x gains or 50x gains in that other thing, roll it into OMI, and then if OMI does 100x from here, do you realize that I just turned a 40x in the first thing and then 100x into OMI into a 4,000x gain? So that's why diversification is beautiful, because things don't always run at the same time. Secondly, you never know. Some company, what if Disney and Ecomi end up in a big old lawsuit and then DC jumped in on, sued them and stuff. You just never know. So never put all your eggs in one basket. Although if I had to be in one basket, that's the basket I'd be in. Top 3 blue chips besides Bitcoin and ETH. If I were to only invest in blue chips, they'd probably be, Matic's chart is looking really good right now. Solana's had a pretty strong run. I think Solana will do better in the overall bull market, but it's experienced a lot of its gains already. It'd probably be Matic. It might be like Chainlink, and then maybe, I don't know. I'd have to look better. I have almost no blue chips right now because I'm in the riskier stuff. All right, cool. Yeah, there's actually more watching than what you're seeing on YouTube. So numbers are actually higher than what it's showing you. Abe, I've been a buyer since 0.005, so I'm loving these prices, but .0003 or .0002 Omi would be a dream. Yes, it would be. What's funny is so many people have it backwards, that they just pray Omi will finally go up. Cool. My prayers look a little bit different, that I pray that Omi will go down more, because fundamentally I believe in the long term of the project. So I do want the price. I don't need the verification of everyone else telling me that it's going to do well in the future, which only happens when the price reverses, starts going up. That's when everyone finally jumps on board the Omi bandwagon and they reverse their bias, their recency bias, because then recently it's been going up. And so then they're like, oh, okay, I can finally understand that it'll go up. I would rather have it go down more for the next 3 or 4 months, Omi, because eventually I think at some point it runs massively. And I would love if some of my other things, maybe an AI project I'm in or something, goes up way more, and then I could roll it into Omi, which is even cheaper. That'd be a dream. So I don't know if, how it'll play out, but I do like Omi. Sol terrifies me. Solana has some good traction with developers. As long as they continue to get good traction with developers, they'll probably be a future. One of the things that concerns me is how much big whales have a Solana, like insider whales have a Solana. That's a risk. Secondly is that's already gone up so much. It bottomed out at like $7 and it's massively, massively up from that. And it was already a blue chip. So it's already experienced a bunch of its gains. Maybe it has 3 or 4 or 5x left, but it's already done like a 20 and 30x up from the bottom. So how much more does it have? I don't know. I know a lot of people hate on me because their recency bias is like, Solana is amazing. It's done 20x. And so it'll probably do another 20x. But crypto doesn't work out that way. The chances, if a blue chip has already done 20x, that has 20x left, is very, very slim. So that's what concerns me. All right. Oh, Siege. Hey, good to see you, brother. How do you think Spores Network will do this bull cycle? Well, I have a lot of Spores Network. I think they're going to do just fine. I didn't love the answer. I tried to get them on to do an updated interview, and they're like, oh, we'll do it later when the bull run happens. And there's more energy. I was like, okay, I kind of get it, but I would love a better answer than that of, yes, we would love to come on and give you an update. So I haven't been buying more since that answer, but I already have a big position in Spores. Have I sold it? No, I'm just going to hold on to it. I think Spores will do fine in the bull run. I would have liked a better answer of, hey, yeah, we would love to join you and give your community an update on what's going on. It's been a long bear market, and that's painful for launchpads. And so I still think they're alive and working. My guess is they've cut their operational expenses down to a minimum so that they can continue to float while they're waiting for the bigger bull market to run. SNS, I do like SNS. So I do have some SNS myself. And I am limited on time. I just have just over 10 minutes left. But I wanted to go live with you guys today and just share like what is coming. And you're seeing the setup for this. And some people won't believe me. That's okay. Like a lot of people don't believe me. What they see over time is that, yeah, I'm usually right on this stuff. Why? Because I can see the patterns playing out. And what I'm good at is pattern recognition. Now, sometimes the patterns can fool you. You can get pocket aces when you're playing poker and still lose. But if you get pocket aces and 2 more aces drop, you're like in the cards that you then are playable to you, you're probably going to win. Why? That's the odds are stacked in your favor. So I use patterns to understand when the odds are stacked in my favor in crypto and take those bets, especially when the price is massively, massively flooded. So SNS is way, way down. Now, realize it went all the way up to 20 cents just recently as the AI narrative ran. And so this is a risky altcoin, a high-risk altcoin that runs with the AI narrative. And so it's pulled back massively. Yeah, more than 90%, like a 93% pullback. And this chart looks good. It's actually setting up. You got this nice rounded bottom, and it will probably even go higher than this in the coming bull run if they survive. Now, they're a smaller project, but I'm not aware why they would not survive. They are built on Solana. So, yeah. Here's their website. Their website is pretty basic, but it is SNS is tradable on Solana. It's pretty easy. I don't have mine staked. I just have it in my Solana wallet is all. So yeah, that's Synesis One or SNS. It's a risky play. I haven't done a lot of coverage of it. I do hold it. It's one of my fewer AI plays. I don't have a ton of AI plays. All right. Russ, the difference between OMI and other newer projects is that there will be so much sell pressure for OMI pumps, just a small amount. A lot of the people willing to sell have sold, but there will still be more selling pressure when it goes up. But I disagree with you on how much selling pressure is going to be. That a lot of the people that have lost patience with it have already sold out. So there's maybe 5%, maybe 10% left of that sell pressure. Things about to escalate even further in Israel and Lebanon. How will this affect the markets, do you think? I don't know. Look, if we end up in World War III and nukes are involved, who knows what that future looks like. Short of that, there's a massive crypto bull run coming. And it's going to be bigger than what most people realize. Nuclear war, I don't know what future looks like. We don't have any patterns to go off of with that. Hey, brothers and sisters, cool chain. Thanks, Richard. Appreciate it. A Siege, it's been a while. Really good to see you. Hey, Rain, why are so many missing the fact that S&P NASDAQ are copying 2007 almost to the day? Top in October, November. Thoughts? I haven't even been following the S&P and NASDAQ that closely to realize that it's copying 2007 almost to the day. I do worry about investing in stocks. And I do think some money flows are going to come into the market, and some of that will flow into stocks. But at some point, there might be a point where people are dumping their stocks to roll it into crypto. And the reason is stocks have been pumping for a very, very long time. I realize a lot of retirees hold stock, but they're looking for a chance to cash it out because they need it for their retirement. And so the baby boomers are looking to exit, and they're the ones that essentially overinflated stock prices so much. And so they're all trapped on a boat that they kind of want a good exit price on to fund their retirement days. And so realize that that boat is going to have a lot more money leaving than probably coming in. At least for a long time in a good index fund, you could get about 11% average. But the reason is because there was always more money coming in than leaving by a large amount. That balance is shifting. That even if the new money inflows are as much as the money outflows, there won't be an upside side to that like there used to be. So the gains will just be a lot less than they used to be. And people sell where the action isn't for where the action is. And if that action really starts going to crypto, guess what some of those retirees are going to be doing? They're going to be selling their stocks for crypto. Do you plan to put money into Bitcoin and ETH once alts are done pumping? I'm still watching that carefully to determine. At some point, yes, I'm going to be holding a bunch of Bitcoin, probably some ETH. Why? Because Bitcoin has true long-term value over US dollars. But it'd probably be after a pullback. I'd probably go mostly into stablecoins until there's a savage pullback, and then a bunch into Bitcoin for just some long-term holdings. Way too much OMI in circulating supply for it to go above 1 cent. I completely disagree. Completely disagree. Yes, there's a lot more OMI in circulation this coming bull run than the last one, because part of the reason it went to 1.4 cents is a bunch of people had their OMI locked up on the app and they couldn't withdraw it. And that's part of what created the scarcity that pushed it up so high to 1.4 cents. And that's not going to be the case this time. They'll have better access to it, but we'll have a lot more people looking at it and buying it this coming time. A lot more people aware of what VV is and getting the collectibles, and a lot more people in crypto than there was in 2021. You know, is the Medicaid 1,000,000%? I don't own a lot of Medicaid. I haven't followed it super closely, other than they did get a major blockchain or a major gaming person joining their team, which is bullish for them. Fed is pumping hard. Is the merge happening now? I don't know. Did I get my OMI off of Bitforex? Bitforex has still not sent me my OMI. I'm, I'll believe it when I see it. So I've seen in the past when an exchange goes down, the likelihood that you're going to get your money off that exchange is really low, which is why it's always risky to have money on an exchange. And I understood that risk. Bitforex had been around for a very long time. I was completely caught off guard when all of a sudden they went down. And in my mind, I was like, crap, I'll probably never see that OMI again. So if I happen to get it back, that will be amazing. That will be an exception. That is not normally what happens. So yes, I believe they promised David Yu that they would allow people to withdraw their OMI, and some people have been able to withdraw their OMI. We'll see if Bitforex delivers on that promise they made to David Yu. I have not heard of a single person in the U.S. getting their OMI yet. The people that I know that got their OMI back, they were smaller amounts and they were not in the U.S. All right. Cool. Yeah, I understood what you meant. That's a lot of what I have time for. Now, if you haven't taken, I created a course, and it's on what blockchain investors do right. Now, for the first 500 people, and we still have some coupon codes, this is free. It's normally $200 is the full price. As long as there are codes still available and there's only 500 codes, then you can get the course essentially for free. So I really recommend you take this course. If you're interested, here's the process you have to go through to get it. You need to go to my Instagram, The Real Crypto Rain, and you need to follow me. Then you need to shoot me a message and say Rainmaker in the message. And it doesn't matter if you spell it right or whatever, just shoot me a message, say Rainmaker, and then I will shoot you a code. And as long as the codes haven't all been used, that code will still work. So, yeah, after those codes are all out, well, then the normal price is $200. But for now, there are a lot more codes still existing. So get the course for free. Really, what's crazy about crypto is that most people don't do this right. They are not approaching it right because they don't have a background in counter trading what their emotions tell them to do. Because your emotions will lead you to a disaster, even if you're in the right place at the right time. And if you're here right now, you are absolutely in the right place at the right time. But if you're doing the wrong things, it's going to go really badly for you, and you don't even realize it. You'll find out later when other people have massively outperformed what you did, and you'll be like, crap, but you were just new to this, and you didn't understand how to think about it right because you're just new. And you're always bad at something when you're new before you're good. So how do you get good? Well, one of the ways to get good is just take the next 12 to 16 years and learn to become an investor. But then you're really going to miss the window of growth that you need. So the way to get better faster is learn from others that have gone through the learning curve already. Let them share with you their lessons learned so that you can go through that learning curve much, much faster. And that's what I built this course for. So get it for free by going to Instagram, find The Real Crypto Rain, follow me, and then shoot me a direct message so that I can send you that link. All right. Before I sign off, another AI play would be, what is it? I don't like most of the AI plays. Definity actually is a really good AI play. Most people aren't aware of their AI side. So that another one that gets pumped by Alex Becker a lot is EOS. So EOS probably will do well, primarily because Alex Becker, I think, is now advising them and pumps them a lot. So when AI goes crazy. That one will probably do well. Definity is by far my biggest AI holding. I hold a metric ton of Definity because I very much believe in their future. I sold my OMI via Bifrex recently. That is interesting. I haven't tried to sell anything on Bitfrex. All right, guys. Jasmy, we covered Jasmy a bunch when they were dirt cheap, and then they ran up massively. They've had a pullback, as usually happens, but it's still not near as cheap as it was when we were covering it. And then it went up massively and pulled back some of those runs and gains. I think Jasmy will still has a good future in the coming bull run. All right, guys, thanks for joining us. We'll see you all soon. I'm going to exit with a Rainmaker wrap. Listen to the words of this rap. Haven't you seen a lot of this play out? Like, I wrote these words like 3 years ago now. But these are the cycles that we go through in the crypto space. And this is kind of the mind games that are played, because a lot of the mistakes that we make are actually just human mistakes, right? Where we FOMO into things because we get fear of missing out. We panic sell out of things. They're actually really good long-term bets, but we can't withstand all the FUD. We follow trends like late. So we just have this need to do what everyone else is doing in the crypto space. And that usually goes poorly for us.
To the space, chasing all of the gains, chasing the pumps and all of the hype trains. But like in life, shit, right before you could, was told to buy when it was pouring like a rainmaker should. I buy when it's down, don't chase the boats that I miss, cause I always made the time in mind. I take the one out, cause I'm patient like that, and I'll wait for the right time. I sell when it's high, I buy when it's low. They call me rich, they call me smart. I'm just a rainmaker running the show. Calculated investments, I don't leave with my heart. Principles are simple, to leave in a mark. Why when it's boring, just gotta be smart. I sell when it's hype, like all the channels they pump it. That's when I was selling, got parabolic and dump it. They call me rich, they call me smart. I'm a rainmaker, making my own start. I'm with the future, learning the past. Make the time fly by, years going so fast. The game plan is mine, I'll own it now. When I reach the top, haters asking me how. Cause I'm a rainmaker, investments I love, and I follow what I learn, not relying on luck. Time is never better, the time like the present. This next 5 years is a gift and it's feeling like heaven. I'm committed to learn, to study and to know that nothing comes easy, but with knowledge the game show. Sticking out this wrong, cause soon will come a bear market. Learning and growing, and when it's slow will be the target. They say it's come out, Bitcoin is dead. The massive decreases can get to your head. Sticking around, the time is better. Strong like that, I'll let the others be fretters. 2 years time, the ball will bring back the gains. That makes it worth the effort, cause here comes the rain. So let's go rainmakers, let's make it all happen. They go with the hate, say the haters be crapping. I'm here for 5 years, let's do this together. The time is right, the time could be better. They call me rich, they call me smart. I'm a rainmaker, making my own start. I'm with the future, learning the past. Make the time fly by, years going so fast. The game plan is mine, I'll own it now. When I reach the top, haters asking me how. Cause I'm a rainmaker, investments I love, and I follow what I learn, not relying on luck. Haters be hating, the time to slow down. Addressing what they say when I'm wearing my crown. They're chasing green candles like someone who was new. I got a vision that was bigger, helping me to push through. I'm still human and sometimes it is rough, and that's what makes me special, simply I stay tough. Cause I'm a rainmaker, investments I love, and I follow what I learn, not relying on luck.